Hey everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Mastery. So today I'm gonna discuss another upcoming IGO or IDO coming out soon over the next couple of days. Well, it'll actually be launched on multiple platforms on different days between now and I think around the 15th of December. And this is for something called Void, which looks like a really exciting kind of multiplayer, kind of apocalyptic type game that has some kind of very interesting things around it. I really think it's one of those kind of games that has got that 50, that 100x potential behind it. But anyway, we'll dig into it. We'll take a look at it. Where can you get hold of this? Which platforms can you get on the kind of the IGO, the IDO, in order to get your stake in the game? So let's take a look at Void. Before I forget, please remember I am not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing this based off my own feeling, my own research, and kind of share my advice with you as something to pay attention to see where you may want to invest your money. But please do your own research and invest where you feel the potential is. Okay, so let's start off by taking a quick look at the Void website. So, I mean, this game really does feel quite exciting because, when I look at the game, the graphics itself look really good, really powerful. I love the story behind it. Void, as a kind of new game, has some really good gaming veterans from the gaming industry who are helping to create this. They've also got a number of impressive kind of strategical agreements in place with things like Gen Block Capital, with Cyberfi Samurai and DuckDAO. And I mean, you look at the website and it looks like they've put a lot of time and effort in. I love these type of games, right? So looking at probably some of the games I've played the most over the past 3-4 years, one of the big ones was Destiny. It's that space adventure. Got the customizable kind of characters. There's kind of post-apocalyptic events that are going on and so on. And I think that this game ticks a lot of the same boxes for me. It's an online multiplayer. It's based around 3 worlds, 3 arenas. And what's also really exciting about these games is this is a game that's built on the Solana ecosystem, right? So it's going to be fast and it's going to be cheap. So I really like that side of it. So they've got some impressive stuff here. 3 fantastic worlds, arenas owned by other players where you can host kind of, epic battles commented live by real in-game casts, which I think, that could be really cool. If you're going to host a battle or an arena event and you're able to get, someone who's got, who's a real influencer to come in and host and kind of, talk about the event and comment on it, that would be like pretty cool. And I imagine would attract a lot of attention. It's got a pretty cool kind of storyline as well. So as I said, post-apocalyptic, AI, humans struggling on Earth, all of the like typical things that we, a lot of people are kind of really interested in. From a technology perspective as well, as I said, it's really cool because it's built on the Solana blockchain. So that means it's going to be really fast. It's going to be really cheap. When we look at the DEX offering for this as well, so when this gets released on a DEX, which I believe will be on the 16th of December, obviously with it being Solana based, it will be released on a Solana exchange, so it will be the Serum exchange, so you'll be able to pick it up there. And excitingly as well, this is built on the Unreal 5 engine, right? So the Unreal 5 engine is a very advanced 3D engine. It's been used to create some fantastic games in the past and really create some spectacular visuals and gameplay. So I'm really excited to see this being built on the Unreal 5 engine. So that's a little bit around kind of, their main website. As I said, it looks really cool, really professional. It looks like something that would kind of really entice a lot of gamers to it. you know, they've probably got some stuff on their kind of marketplace, which is like, I guess, coming soon. Bit on the currency, kind of ways to earn things. So you can fight to earn, quest to earn, collect to earn, and so on. So they're going to offer a number of different gameplay styles depending on how people like to play certain games, which I like as well, because there's nothing worse than just getting like a game and only having like 1 or 2 different gameplay styles where you can get rewards, you can rank up and so on. It's nice to have that flexibility, because that means it's going to attract more kind of different type of players to this particular game. So yeah, I like the storyline, like the technology. I love what they're trying to do. I think like building it on the Unreal 5 engine is really cool. Building it on Solana is really cool. As I said, they've got a team of kind of gaming veterans, which will also really push this forward. And they've got some good kind of partnerships in the mix as well. So basically, from like an IDO perspective for this, I mean, they've got a very active kind of Telegram community, Twitter community. So like, please check this out. I'll put some links down in the description. I mean, before I move on to like, how would you get to become a part of this specific kind of IDO or IGO, what I'd say is, you know, if you could hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, you'll obviously be the first to kind of know about these things as they come up in the future from the channel. And it really supports me with this channel moving forward. So yeah, I think this is something that I'm super interested in. I'd love to get into it on one of the kind of platforms that is available. And there's a number that will be offered for this specific IGO or IDO. So if I can just pull this in here, basically the IDO will be launched on kind of Oxbull, Duckstarter, Engine Starter, Moonstarter, and Bullpex. Now, to be honest, Oxbull, you probably like that's ended already, so you won't be able to get in on the Oxbull one. Duckstarter, yes, you can still get on that. That'll begin tomorrow. If you're already on Duckstarter, you know, you got things staked and you're ready to go. Maybe Engine, Moon, and Bullpex are the ones that, you know, if you're not on these platforms currently, or you're looking to get in onto a kind of, you know, a launch pad, and you find this exciting and you want to invest in this, they're the 3 that I would look at. Because they're the ones that are obviously give you a couple of days to complete KYC, to get your tokens, to get them staked, and meet the requirements. So yeah, if you're already on Duckstarter, look at this, very exciting. If not, look at Engine, Moon, and Bullpex, and we'll take a look at what you'd need to invest in each of those shortly. So let's go and take a look at, I guess let's look at Duckstarter first, right? So Duckstarter will be kind of coming live tomorrow. You can see it's one of their upcoming projects. It starts in 24 hours. The whitelist is currently closed, but like you could move quickly and get into this. The only thing I'd say is the KYC usually takes a little bit of time for some platforms. So I've had experiences where I've had KYC complete within a day, within 12 hours. And then I've had other experiences where KYC has taken literally like 3 or 4 days. So one strategy for this is, if you did want to get in on Duckstarter, what you could do is try to complete KYC right now, see if you can get through it quickly, and then look to kind of, you know, get your tokens and stake them. So, I mean, what would you need in order to kind of get in on Duckstarter? So they've got a number of different tiers, from bronze to silver to gold to platinum to kind of champion, 100,000 for the champion. Then if we take a look, you can kind of break down how this actually works. So essentially, like, even if you were to only have bronze, you would get an allocation for this project. But from what I understand, really the ones you want to aim for to get a good guaranteed allocation is either platinum or champion, right? Champion's going to be very expensive. Platinum, I don't believe it's that expensive to get in on a platinum level with Duckstarter. So if we hop over to CoinGecko currently and we look at 20,000 kind of Duck tokens, I mean, it's around $7,000. So that could be a lot of money. It could be a little bit of money. It really depends on kind of who's looking to invest. But if we do pop back, you know, you could also go in a gold at 10 or silver at 5, right? And you know, if you were to go in at like 10,000, obviously you'd be halving that, so you'd be looking at like 3,400, and then 5,000 would be around 1,700 to kind of get in on this particular IDO in that platform. The next one we can look at really is the kind of Moonstarter. So this is Moonstarter. This is kind of the Void IDO on Moonstarter. So it gives you a little bit of information. So 1 BUSD would equal to kind of the 10 Void. It also gives you the vesting information as well, or I believe the vesting is the same across all of the launch pads as well, right? So you get 34% vested at listing. So as soon as it's listed, which I believe is on the 16th, you'll get your 34% of your kind of total pool given to you. And then it will be kind of 33% over a 2-month period. So 1 month later you get 33, and then the next month you get the final 33. So it's not too bad actually. For some of the things I've invested in, I've had a much longer vesting period, maybe over 6-7 months. So the fact that they're doing it just over 2 months is quite positive. So from a Moonstarter perspective, again, they really have, from a guaranteed allocation perspective, they have 4 different levels. I think it's like Callisto, Alara, Himalaya, and Kaliake. I might not be saying that right, but anyway, 4 different levels, and you'd have to basically stake the MNST, right? So if we were to go over, you'd be going from 10,000 to 250,000. So if we were to just take a look here and we were to search for this token, Moonstarter, to get in on the minimum, okay, that's not too bad. So 10,000 for guaranteed allocation would be around, you know, $1,300 US. And then if we just go back here, it was saying the next tier is like 50 and 150. So it does jump quite a lot, right? So 50,000, yeah, about 6,500. I mean, 150,000 is going to be a lot, right? He's on about 20,000 US dollars. So I'd say that probably most people, you're either going to be looking at this level, so level 1 at 10,000, or this level of 50,000. You could go down the competition path, you know, which basically sounds a little bit around, you know, a bit like a lottery almost. So you got to hold 1,000, a minimum of 3 days until 24 hours before the IDO. Then Moonstarter will proceed on a random snapshot of the period of 3 days before the IDO and validate the holdings. You got to complete the Gleam competition task. And once all tasks are completed, and if the holding requirement is respected, the top 50 will secure a guaranteed allocation. So it's very much like a lottery, but it's a lottery based on your involvement in those activities. And if you're one of the top 50, then you get selected, right? And you get into this IDO. So no guarantee at this piece, but you know, you've got a chance. You've then got Bullpex as well, and again, from a Bullpex perspective, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tiers. This one is the BLP token, so we can just go and see how much you'd have to invest from a BLP perspective. So if we go back here, we can clearly see that we're going from what, 1,500, and let's go to 15K to see what the price difference is. So 1,500 is only like about $800. So that's not too bad at the lower tier. But then what, 5,000 and 15K. So let's have a look at that. So 5,000. That's not too bad. It's around $2,700. 15 is obviously going to be much more, and it's around $8,000. And then you can see it's just going to go up and up and up, because 15K, you then jump into 50K. So that's going to be like a big increase from silver to gold there. And how does this work, right? So users can participate in the Bullpex deals by locking, staking their BLP tokens and joining farming pools. Okay, tier-based system. Each tier has access to VC and IDO deals, but with limited ticket size, which can be found on the deals page. Okay, to pursue our mission of fairness and community, we created a time-locked tier so everyone is in fair deals. It allows everyone to be able to participate in some deals, but there are many low-tier holdings amongst the pairs who would be happy. Okay, so yeah, so I mean, if you're a platinum, you got no locking period, and then as you go further down, you got different locking periods. But it seems like they're trying to make it fair, so everybody, you know, from copper to platinum does have the opportunity to get involved in these VCs and these kind of IDOs. So Bullpex might be one to look at. And, you know, the other aspect of any of these platforms, as I've shared before, is what other projects are coming up that you can get involved in. Because if you get into one of these platforms, you don't want it just to be for this one thing. You want it to have some legs. I mean, you could buy in and then dump out, but I'd look at the price kind of stability before you get in, because then you might be having to weigh up the gain you'll make on your investment versus the loss you'll make exiting the platform afterwards. So these have got 4 coming up at the moment, which isn't too bad. You know, from a finish perspective, you can see there's a lot here, right? So they obviously also have a lot going on this platform. So Moonstarter, a game, seems like a solid platform to see continuous IDOs and IGOs coming on board, which is what I'd like to look at. Duckstarter, I'm not too sure. So they've got a number up and coming. They've got a number that have, you know, also been delivered in the past. So again, quite a good platform to get in on. They've obviously had a lot in the past. Okay, so let's do a quick recap before we go. So yes, I think the Void's a very strong kind of investment that can probably go anywhere between maybe 50 and 100x. I think it's, you know, it's got some strong fundamentals, right? I like it because it's built on Solana. I like it because it's got some cool partnerships. There's a strong team coming from the gaming industry. And I really like the story and the concept behind it as well. So I think it's got very strong potential to be a good investment moving forward. I'll be seeking to invest in it and see where it goes. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments, or if there's anything else you're keeping your eye on that I should be looking at. Just let me know. I'd love to hear about it, and I'll be sharing more of these, you know, potential kind of investment gains moving forward, and giving you the insight to hopefully get in early and kind of make that investment for yourself, whether it be kind of a short-term investment or long-term investment. So again, thanks for listening and have a good weekend.